We go to a bit of a, kind of a, I wouldn't say weaker storyline, but just kind of a one-shot storyline with Roy and Keeley, where apparently there's some trouble in paradise there.
I wouldn't call it trouble with paradise. It's just one of those. If you've ever worked with your spouse or worked in the same building with your
Yeah,
spouse, there's really you better really enjoy being with them. It's kind of like what we're going through right now, with a lot of people working from home. So if you have both
right.
spouses working from home, you don't have that interaction with other adults separate from your spouse.
Yeah.
So it gets to that point where like, okay, I need to do something. Just I love you to death, but I've got to get away from you.
It's so funny. This episode opened up with "I Got You, Babe" by Sonny and Cher, and people waking up in bed, and that just takes me right to Groundhog's Day. That's how Bill Murray woke up every single morning there in Punxsutawney. Was with that
Wonder if
song on
there's
the.
going to be a snowstorm.
But it in doing that, it made me feel a certain way, as though like repetition, being stuck in the same day
Mhm.
in, day out, and actually kind of put that in my mindset. And we start to see Keely's day and how she just doesn't have a moment to herself. Roy is on top of her and
Well, no
at
matter
all
what
moments.
Roy does, he can't win. He does what she says to do, sit there and read. And it pisses her off that he does what she says he should do. It's
Yeah,
like,
because they're so into each other, and it's a good problem to have, I guess. But I sympathize with Keeley because there are times where I just need like to get away and like alone time just to like decompress and like quiet my mind and that kind of thing. Which to be fair, I don't think Roy was. I guess maybe just because they're so attracted to each other. Even Roy couldn't even sit there and read a book without her
well, he's
wanting to
reading
do
the Da Vinci Code and he's like, mind blown.
right. Um, that said, I mean, there wasn't a ton as far as basically it's them having this issue, and it seems to be resolved by the end of this episode. They seem to be back in a better place.
I mean, we talked about the boot room. I mean,
Yeah,
was it Ted walks into the boot room and Keely's in there smoking a cigarette, and
right.
then Rebecca walks in with Higgins, and next thing you know, the poor Kit boy
Yeah,
walks in, and
just trying to get things done.
and they're talking. And all of a sudden, Roy walks in, and everyone goes quiet.
Right, or does like jazz scat
Or
singing
they're
like
or they're
up in
singing
Rebecca's
to yeah,
office.
exactly.
um, Pardon me, I'm getting over a cold this week. You can't make me laugh too much. But yeah, so it was basically Keeley's issue with not being because Roy's been staying at her place this whole time too. I don't know if they've officially moved in together or what. But Roy's definitely been staying at her place, day in, day out. And you're right. I mean, you're with somebody in the morning, that you wake up, you get ready, then you don't even part ways to go to different jobs,
Well,
like
they
you're in
take
the
the
same
same
building.
car to work.
Yeah, exactly. And then just go, I can see where Keely's coming from. But Roy at the same time, like this is probably a relation. Roy's probably never done this to anyone before, as far as just hovered and been kind of the puppy dog. I think Roy is in such a different, unique place with Keeley that he was legitimately hurt. Like his feelings were hurt when she snapped at him. He was like that scene where he was like, "Whoa."
Yeah, yeah,
um,
that was pretty funny when she finally just went batshit crazy. And
yeah,
he's like, "Hold on, that's what you're talking with everybody."
yeah.
Fuck. He
Yeah, and
walks
then he was
away.
embarrassed, right? It's kind of like emasculating, that was her
Everyone
issue, and
knows. Yeah,
everybody knows, which is a nightmare for Roy. You got to imagine that.
yeah. His that's a shot to the ego, if
Yeah,
anything at all.
yeah, but and it affected him later in the day as he's coaching with the guys.
Yeah, yeah, they're out in the field and they're kind of they split up. They did a whole stew, metaphor, which was weird.
Right.
If I guess first team, second team, whatever. And Roy starts getting on Jamie. He's like, "You got to do this. You got to do this." And Jamie actually sits down. Well, not sits down, but they talk to him. He's like, "This is what he needs. He needs me to pull this and that." And they start talking, and we get this scene here, which is
Yeah.
fantastic. Oh, language. Watch it.
Yeah. Watch the language.
But the point is that Richard doesn't need me to crowd him. And since he's my teammate, I should trust him to do what's best. Right? I ain't say nothing bad this time.
It gets us every time.
And I didn't say anything bad this time. I can't.
The unknown wisdom of Jamie. Jamie just dropping some wisdom on Roy that he didn't even realize he was dropping. That was really funny.
Oh, and the best thing is, we were going through like our pre-show with this, the guy standing behind Danny Rojas is actually already smiling, like big old crap-eating grin on his face.
He looks like he's about to break. Yeah,
it's like they've done this scene a good probably 10 times because they
were
couldn't keep it together.
Yeah, they were waiting for him to yell out that exclamation again and again. You could tell.
And the minute it happened, I immediately thought back season 1, reading the book with Phoebe in the bedroom, and that same realization. That time it was Ted. Yeah. This time it was the most unlikely person to give it to him.
You know he's got to hate that.
But it was Jamie.
Yeah, for Jamie to give him a nugget of truth, he wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, no, not even close. But
yeah,
and it leads to a whole thing. Like he goes home. Keeley, you see Keeley come home. His like SUV or whatever it is sitting in there, and she comes in and she sees a duffel bag.
Right.
The first thing that would go through everybody's mind is we just had this fight.
Yeah.
He thinks, he's smothering me.
Right.
He's gonna leave. And she finds him upstairs in the bathroom. He's done.
Of course, he's Roy Kent, so he's done the next perfect thing again because he's the perfect male specimen. I suppose he's getting a reputation on the internet as far as being like he's not even a real guy. He's some sort of like computer creation.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah,
but you know what? He's everywhere.
He is. He's everywhere.